Hello and welcome to this video, the Google News method, checking the news for the latest product releases. I'm your presenter today, Josh Stanton, and I will be taking you through this process. Before we get started, we're just going to discuss what is Google News. If you go to google.com, at the top of the screen you should see a bunch of links, and one of those links will be labeled News. If you click on that, you will be taken to Google's internal news search engine, and every result picked up by whatever search criteria you place in will be essentially a news article. So it's a little bit different than a regular Google search. And what we're going to do is, the reason why we're going to use Google News is because we're going to target what we call latest product releases. So we're going to try and find a product as soon as it's released, and we're going to talk about why those latest products are really good for affiliate marketers to get involved with. So let's get started. First of all, what we're going to discuss, we'll go through why Google News and not a regular search. We'll go into detail about that. Secondly, the actual process itself of finding those newly released products via Google News. The different types of search criteria that you can use to find those products. And then we'll quickly go over the idea of, or the process of checking the stats, and then we'll run through a first-hand tutorial. So after that's done, you can go out and you'll know exactly what to do yourself, and then we'll come back and recap the presentation and go over everything. Alright, so why Google News? Well, the news is always the first to find out. Everybody knows that, so all we're going to do is try and take advantage of that specific medium and see if we can pick up some good products worth promoting. Now, Google News will allow you to see newly released products immediately. So as soon as they come out, as soon as a news article is written about a new product release, you get to see it right away. And you know, that's insanely good for us affiliate marketers, because if you can be one of the first to find out about a new product release, you can immediately write a new post about it whilst the competition in Google is quite low. So that's, once you do write that post and you allow yourself to rank more easily due to the lack of competition, you can hopefully establish yourself for some time in the future. That's the whole idea about it. When a product is just released, it has a massive amount of potential, and that's what I just talked about before. As soon as it's released, there's low competition and usually higher search traffic, because upon a launch, a lot of people know about it and are searching for it and trying to find usually reviews on that particular product, which is great for us, because as a blogger, one thing that we do quite well is product reviews. And we all know that product reviews generally do convert quite high when you get people to click your affiliate links. Thirdly, the idea is to get in quick, start ranking before everyone else does. Get in there right away. As soon as that product comes out, go straight to your blog, whatever your blog is on, and write a product review about that new product that has just been released. And hopefully you'll be able to rank nice and quick before anyone else gets in. And once you get up there, once you get on page one, you may be able to establish yourself for whatever keyword term you're trying to target, and hopefully that should allow you to stay on page one for a lot longer than if you were to come in a little bit later and write a post. Now, before we move on, I just want to mention one thing, and that is, if you wish to use this particular technique, you're probably better off creating an authority type site. For example, if you are looking for latest product releases in the laptop world, then you'd want to try and create an authority site around that broad niche. And it doesn't have to be too broad. It doesn't have to be just about laptops. It could be about a brand name laptop. So it might be about Dell laptops or HP laptops. You might have a blog that is based on revealing to people when new products are being released by that particular brand. And Google News is a really good medium for finding out when those products will be released. So that's the idea, to try and create an authority site to allow you to you know to write about many different types of products. All right, now let's get into it. The search process. First step, choose a broad niche. For example, Dell laptops, which is what I mentioned before, hair regrowth, etc., etc. And then after that, run a search in Google News for the latest broad niche, just using that exact keyword term right there, and you should pick up a bunch of results. All you need to do is run through those search results and see if any of those news articles are talking about a latest product to be released in that industry. And if there is, great. Grab that product name, that brand name product, take it into Google AdWords keyword tool and see what kind of search volume it gets, followed by what the competition is like on it, and you may have something, you may be able to pick up something quite good from there. So that's the process itself, and we'll go through that in the tutorial next. Some other search criteria you can use would be something like newest broad niche product, or just newest broad niche. Instead of using the word product, try, if you're in the health industry, maybe supplements, remedies, pills, depending on what broad niche you're using or what you're targeting. Finally, as we said before, once you've found a bunch of brand names, or product names I should say, check the search volume, check what the competition is like. Is there an affiliate program? If there's not an affiliate program, then obviously you can't use that product because you can't make any money out of it, unless of course you wanted to use AdSense, which we would tell you not to, just because you probably can't make as much money than if you were to promote the product. If it's got poor stats as well, move on and try again. There's a lot of products out there being released onto the market every day. Alright, I'm just going to quickly grab a glass of water, and if you haven't got a pen and paper in front of you, go and grab yourself one right now, and when I come back we will go through the first hand tutorial. See you soon. And we're back. Okay, so we're going to run through the tutorial now, showing you how to find these latest products via Google News. All you need to do is go to google.com, and up in the left hand corner you should see this link called News. Click on that, and now we're going to run our search. So the search criteria I'm going to use today is Samsung phones. We're going to try and find out if there's any latest Samsung phones. Now, if I had a site on mobile phones, a mobile phone type authority blog, then this search criteria would be great. And there's so many different brands of phones, so you could run a search for latest Motorola phones or latest HTC phones, etc., etc., and to see which ones are coming out soon. And sometimes, if you get really lucky, sometimes there's a press release before the actual product comes out, which is great, because it means that there's probably going to be a very small amount of competition in Google, and if you write a post about that product now or ASAP before it even comes out, then when it does come out, maybe in a month's time or whatever, then you're going to have a good chance of ranking for it right away for whatever keyword term you want to use. And I'm going to show you soon what a really good keyword term is for these types of latest products. So let's run this search. So latest Samsung phone. Right, there's a bunch of news articles here talking about Samsung in general, and mostly about their phones. And if we take a look at the first one right here, we'll see that they talk about a product that they have called the Samsung Gravity 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that, I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to check what kind of search volume this product name actually has. We'll run this search, and it gets some pretty good traffic. almost 15,000 searches a month, and you can see there's a bunch of different keyword terms based on Samsung Gravity 3. Now, probably one of the best keyword terms to use in regards to latest products is the review term. So Samsung Gravity 3 review. And the reason being is because a lot of people are looking for a review of a product once it comes out. They want to see what people think of it. And that's where you come in handy as a blogger. You're able to write these reviews. And hopefully, if you can rank for this particular keyword term here, Samsung Gravity 3 review, you should be able to get some okay traffic from it. And hopefully it should convert quite well once those people read your review. So let's see what kind of competition this keyword term actually has. Now, we'll put it in quotations to get the real results, and as you can see there, it's only 2,830 results, which is quite small, and I would imagine you would hopefully be able to rank for quite quickly. In a few months' time, once more and more people have written reviews about the Samsung Gravity 3, the number of results in Google is going to obviously increase, and therefore make it harder for you to rank for on page 1. So the idea of this technique or this method is to try and find these products as soon as they come out, so you can then get in right away and establish yourself for some of the keywords, because you know that people will be searching for them upon launch. That's the idea. So we're going to come back to our presentation now. Alright, we're back in our presentation, and we're just going to recap this presentation and go through some of the points that we spoke about. Firstly, Google News is a great way of narrowing down our search results to hopefully find newly released products. You could, of course, use just a regular Google search, but it would be a little bit harder maybe to find these products as soon as they're released, because generally they like to the brands themselves like to run press releases, and they get picked up by Google News. So it's a good tool to use in this case. Alright, when a product is new to the market, it is easier to rank for. We spoke about that quite a lot in this presentation. It's quite obvious really. When a product just comes out, there's not enough time for websites to go through and create posts or pages based on the keyword terms used for the product name. So if you can get in right away before anyone else does, hopefully you can rank on page 1, and then once you get in, potentially you can establish yourself on page 1. You may have already noticed that as an affiliate marketer that when you do rank on page 1, generally you stay there. You've shown Google that you've reached page 1, that you're an authority in that particular keyword term, and hopefully it works out, and they'll keep you on there on page 1. And that's the idea really. Okay, well I hope you've enjoyed this presentation, and if you would like to get started with this particular technique, all you need to do is go to Google News and run a search for the latest broad niche that you're targeting for your websites. Good luck.